What's this?
Hello, welcome back to the Freak Show. Pumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as the screen flashes white, and then it fades and gets white again. Thank you all for joining me as I continue with my Let's Play of the Banner Saga 2. This is episode 9. I believe everybody is rested. We're all trained up, and I think it's time for us to go. I'm trying to think. We could try another one of the training exercises, but I don't feel like we should do that this time. I think we should just get out there and get moving. So, let us do that. Onward! Let us hope. I'm hoping that this weird, flashing and dimming. Hey, we're near Bindal. Nice. Morale has declined. Boo.
The miners of Bindal are a rough drought. Not a bad place to recruit new blades.
The old wanderer fights his way up next to you. Can't see a damn thing in this mess. Guiltless old Earnix hasn't forgiven you yet after all. Shouldn't you have died already? I don't remember there being much to see here. Bring up Earnix, or Irons, and you'll cough up more than phlegm. Shouldn't you have died already? Spar grunts. Soon enough, I reckon. Of course, these old bones won't be forming any mountain. Brambles, more like. Sure. He squints into the distance. Alright. There's bound to be more people from Orm's Dollar trying to find a new home in Bindal. Spar says, crowded towns haven't always been good for us. What's got you worried, old man? Well, there's never been enough trouble we couldn't fight our way out of. We're only stopping long enough for supplies. What's got you worried, old man? Well, a bunch of ravens set loose upon a slew of scared men and women is what. Spar says, won't take much to have the guards after us if they let us in at all. He has a point, but there's little to be done about it. The idea of being around so many others is in such a confined space makes you tense. You crave a long hunt and sleep in solitude. To the town! I got nothing. Alright, apparently we're going to walk on into this town. The old Bindal. Oh, we get amazed by the music again. Sweet. All of these people are looking for food and a home. Well, they're looking in the wrong place. Hey, wait a minute. We have 2 Varl. I see 3 right there. 4 if we count ourselves. And I'm looking for ale. Is that so much to ask? 4? I think he said 4. I'm not sure. Maybe. Alright, and the wandering continues. Oh, we're not even in the town yet, so there's like stuff on the outskirts. There's some guards up in the guard tower over there. I bet that scout tower already sent word of us being here. Something has been bothering my throat. It has not been good. The snowstorm is worse than ever as you arrive at the walls of the mining town Bindal. The gates are closed, and you beat a fist against them. Open the fan gates, you shout. From the wall, 2 menders look down on you, then recede. Soon, the gates open enough for a half a dozen well-trained guards to greet you. Their one-eyed captain points and says, just you. Volka steps to your side. Not alone, she says. She comes with me. The captain takes a moment to assess the situation and nods. Before following him through the gates, you bark commands to the other ravens to stay close and vigilant. Inside the small gatehouse are the 2 menders from the wall, a woman with a fancy spear and a cub of a man holding a staff. Volka Zephyr, it is the Raven Banner. So it seems, but why here? Why now? She looks like Oddleif, sort of. Just passing through on our way to the Blue River, but this blasted storm caught us. Planned to come back this way afterwards for more work, but now we need some food and a place to hole up. We brought some people with us. They need a new home. I'm sure it felt like the right thing to do, but we're already beyond our capacity here. Are you Bulwark? Bulwark Bloodaxe? Hold your tongue, Nichols. What do you know about me, boy? I've heard all your tales. I can't believe your cold bear cloak is real. It is true your axe handles are made from your own horns? The old mender places a hand on the young man's shoulder. Wow, I never knew I was traveling with such a legend. You ignore her. Are you in charge here? Where's the governor? The governor left for Aberrang a while back with most of the fighters to settle a dispute. The Mender's Council sent me to bring the people of Bindal west as we've heard too many rumors of the Dredge. More than rumors. We were in Borsgard. Saw Bellower. The immortal Sunder? How did you escape? Immortal was a joke. He's dead. Nichols' eyes go wide in awe, but Zephyr looks pensive. What about the great rift that opened between Borsgard and Ormsdalr? We managed. Zephyr looks like she wants to press you for more information. Enough. Open the gates for my ravens. Mercenaries will only panic the people. With everyone from Ormsdalr, it's all I can do to keep them from stampeding like wild yaks. Well, we can threaten to attack the walls. Fine, we'll camp against the leeward walls. Well, I guess that's the best we're going to do. Thank you. You'll have all the assistance with your shelter Volka and her assistant can give you. Alright. Funny, you won't let us in when we're on a job from one of your own. You snarl at Volka for saying too much. She shrugs in response. I'm not aware of another Volka being out in this direction. Who has tasked you? Juno. Zephyr steps back at the name and studies your face for a moment. Nichols, you and the guards see what you can do outside the walls for the people. I'll see to it. Make sure the ravens are comfortable. The young mender nods respectfully to Zephyr and grins at you and Volka before leading the guards through the gate. Sweet morale improved. I'm inviting only the two of you to stay within our walls and enjoy a bit more warmth and comfort. And separate us from my ravens? No. Good, but try anything, my ravens will level this place. No, we're gonna not separate. Suit yourself, but your mistrust is unnecessary. Maybe, but I shouldn't have... Maybe, but I shouldn't have to tell you about my job from your superior just to get an invitation. My superior... No, you misunderstand. You have no job. The Volca known as Juno is dead. Bum, bum, bum! Chapter 10, To Speak in All Tongues. Alright, so that happened. It looks like we're going to be going back to Rook. And I apologize, folks. I don't know what's going on. There's got to be something in this room that has been, like, killing me lately. It has been quite abysmal for my lungs and throat. I keep feeling my throat trying to catch. I don't know. Anyway, the once energetic Mender approaches, looking both worn and troubled. He does look a little tattered. I'm not sure I thanked you for the time to recover. I've never woven a spell that strong before. Are you sure you're ready to move on? You look, I know. I caught my reflection earlier. It's a more mature look. The Mender grins, and a hint of his former youth shines through, I guess. Not everyone would have stopped for so long, especially with the ground rumbling like it has. Well, we'll get there no matter how long it takes. Did you have to push yourself so hard? I'm just doing what the clansmen want me to. Tell me what you know about the ground shaking. You were there at Einarftoft? Sure. When the giant serpent appeared? It feels pretty similar. But why would it be here now? You think it's following us? Ivan shrugs again, but his eyes do not meet yours. Is there something you're not telling me? The Mender's eyes flash with unexpected anger. Whoa. I'll tell you what you need to know and nothing more. Are we clear? Before you can respond, Ivan sags a bit and grips his staff for support. I apologize. It seems I haven't fully recovered. Excuse me. You try to figure out what that was all about as he walks away. Well, that can't be good. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, we're back in the doomed caravan of death. We have a lot of stuff, but we have no food. A metal clanking is heard in the distance and grows louder. You see a Yaks cart surrounded by 4 Varl and an older woman hitting a ladle against a pan. All sorts of things for sale, she says, but her eyes go wide when she looks at you. It's you! Special deals when it comes to you! And how do you know me? Word travels fast, she says. Think you can slay a Sunder and keep it secret? She clicks her tongue and shakes her head. Madeira knows of you, sure enough. Why are you out here selling things? Madeira sells things to those traveling, she says. It's what she does. Used to be as generous as Asile, Madeira was, but that don't buy more supplies. Well, let me see what you've got. Of course, Madeira says, but make up your mind. Madeira will be gone as quick as she arrived, and don't get any ideas of sneaking off with things. These poor Varl have the keenest eyes and the sharpest blades, and the shortest tempers. You feel the Varl watching you, and watching your every move. Well, that can't be good. But who knew we can get some supplies and not die a horrible death? I know, I'm a little bit shocked too. Alright, how long is that going to last? It's only 4 days worth of supplies? Oh my word. Well, I think we're going to have to go 5 days worth. Maybe that'll get us to where we need to go. I have no idea. Alright, we can't afford any of this stuff, unfortunately. Oops. Alright, so let's do that. I wouldn't mind breaking for camp here. I think we have to do it. We're going to have to rest, and it's going to suck, but it's going to be a thing that we have to do. Good old Luden is there. Let's go to our heroes. I wanted to equip that thing we got from the shrine that I'd never equipped before. I believe we'll replace his bracelet, or his daughter's bracelet, with that. I don't really want to promote you right now. Freaky little weird man. Alright, let's see here. What is it? Oh, did we get 2 things, or just the one? Alright, so it's this stuff. +2 will, +2 strength. And what was your bracelet here? +1 armor, +1 strength, +1 will. Well, I don't feel like I need the armor so much. So we'll swap that on in there. Okay, well there we go, I guess. That's a thing. Oh, we have quite a few people here still. Ivor's ranked up. Hakan can definitely get promoted. It's going to be expensive, but we're going to do it anyway. Alright, let's continue. Choose a second ability, yeah. Forge ahead, the war leader uses experience in battle to issue commands to move them next into initiative. What else we got? Tempest, we can do the spinny or forge ahead. I'm going to go with the spinny again. Choose the ability. Confirm. Alright, and then we're going to add... I guess I'm just going to go with 2 more strength. I just want to kill stuff. Just want to do a murder, a death, and killing. So we have 5 more stuff to rank a few people up with. Nid could definitely use it, but it requires how many to promote her? Requires 9, so we can't do her, unfortunately. We'll save it. Hopefully that'll be okay. Alright, well back here we are going to have to rest. I'll talk to Luden soon. We can talk to him now, I suppose. He moved. The prince is acting even more standoffish than usual. You and Ivor have caught him staring ahead and twisting the ring on his finger over and over. Yrsa quietly stands nearby. Glad to be heading home? Luden turns to the 2 of you and offers a polite smile. Even after that chasm, would it surprise you if I said no? Well, I thought you hated being so far from Aberrang. Is there anything you actually like? It doesn't matter. That's where we're going. Thought you hated. Life on the trail hasn't won me over, but it's not all bad. It's even possible that I've learned a few things about leading people while out here. You, Ivor, and Yrsa are stunned to hear the prince talk this way. I've grown up in comfort and trained with scholars and fighters. I've never known anything else. Saying stuff like that won't make you any friends in this caravan. Well, but that's just it. Among these clansmen, I've seen the differences. I think I understand them a bit more. Well, that's great, Prince Luden. Oh yeah? What exactly do you understand? And what do you plan to do with this understanding? If we make it to Aberrang without being slaughtered by Dredge? Well, when we make it. I'll talk to the king about my ideas for sharing information. Advisors learning from craftsmen, craftsmen learning from advisors. You've never seen the prince this animated. But then his face falls. I just don't know that the king will appreciate my knowledge. Yrsa will agree. My father's not what you would call open-minded. Think of the king. The king's a hard man, has to be, but his son is his weakness. Luden glares at her, but the archer only smirks. Well, can you tell me of old King Minolf? I suppose, but there's not much to him. He's king. He draws a hard line on nearly every topic. Talking to him is much like being told what to do. In fact, it's exactly that. Alette said that about me at times. This isn't about being his son, you'll see. Kings usually have to make tough decisions and stick with them. Maybe someday you'll see why. I know, I just don't think he'll care for my ideas on treating with commoners. What would you like it... Oh, well, what would you like to be called? We're all people, Prince, even you. Perhaps you're right. Just keep an open mind about your father, the way you'd like him to have toward your ideas. That's something I've never even considered before. I'll think on that. As Prince Luden and Yrsa walk away, you feel Ivor watching you. What? Do you believe half the nonsense you say? I think I sounded really wise just then. It sounded like you'd been practicing it for a while. That's fair. I'll work on it. The two of you share a smile before moving on. Alright, so that happened. Time to rest and bring up morale. That did not help us at all. Hey, we're at normal morale. Let's get out of here before we die of starvation again. Oh boy. Hopefully we make it to the next town or something. There's no telling though. Oh boy. Easy boy, a clansman shouts as a yak's cart nearly topples to one side. The trampled path of the Eastway Road has steadily turned into a cracked shamble. Looking ahead, it only gets worse. Various chasms gape like open mouths. You glance back to Ivan, who looks at you and shakes his head. The entire caravan comes to a halt. We'll be eating our belts before finding a way across this broken road, especially with this many. And there's no telling how far we'd have to backtrack to head north. Well, then we'll head south across the Ormza riverbed. We can head toward Grundar and on west. Trygve peers around Hakon's elbow before coming fully into view. Heading south is questionable. Those people. It's our only option. Why do you say that? Well, maybe I spent a lifetime there. Plenty of things to eat under logs, but there's also people in the bogs. His eyes go wide. The Skald should hear my rhyme. But what's wrong with heading south? Different ways of living, old ways, stick to the mud, and cragsmen are less bothersome. I think he's talking about the boggers, the rough, backward people of Schwarzbog. Trygve frowns at Ivor. Words like that can find you swollen, filled with poison. He puffs out his cheeks and stares at Ivor. This is why the Varl tend to keep to themselves. Each human is crazy in their own way. Trygve hunches over with laughter until he suddenly stops, sniffs the air, and marches away. Strange, but it's a fair warning. We're crossing over into lands most of us haven't never seen. Just because we left those Dredge behind doesn't mean we won't have more wars ahead of us. Well, if we had more supplies, I'd say we should stop for a few days and train some of these clansmen to fight. You consider your options. Well, I don't want to run the risk of running out of food. Let's just camp. We'll consider training clansmen later. We need to keep the few remaining clansmen moving. I don't want to risk running out of food. Are you sure? I know food is scarce, but if we're killed in a fight, full carts won't help us. Fair point, let's train. We'll be fine. Keep your axe sharp. Khan looks at Ivor, who just shrugs. You're prepared to turn the caravan south. Alright, folks, let's see what we got. Southward! As I die slowly, bit by bit, on this journey we call life. Oh god, we're almost starving. Hey, game trail, one of the few gathered hunters says, looking at a beaten path of grass. No telling what we might find down it, but it will fill some stomachs. Let the hunters hunt. Make a wager who brings back the biggest kill. A strong part of you yearns to join them, but there are other tasks to attend to, including discussions with Khan about the roles of Varls and Human in the caravan. 2 hours later, you hear the hunters return with a decent-sized boar. One hunter was also injured, but will recover. That didn't help us at all. That didn't help us at all. Once you cross the Ormza riverbed, the wind ceases to cut through the humid air. The darkening sky lets loose its rain, and soon, fat drops of water turn the dirt path to sucking mud, slowing the caravan. Cloaks are pulled overhead, and children and animals are wrangled near the carts. fantastic if things just didn't get worse and worse with the human/Varl caravan that originally set out. Hey, there we go. Clansman forage increased. We got a little bit of food. Woohoo! I was hoping to avoid visiting this part of the kingdom for at least a few more years, Prince Luden says. And at least others have had the sense to abandon this cesspool. As arrogant as he sounds, he's right. There are very few signs of life around you, yet you feel like you're being watched. Alright, sorry about that, folks. The lowing of the usually quiet yaks indicates the beast's difficulty pulling the carts. You're up to your knees in it when a scout comes to you. Found some stone markers that led us to a few paths of solid ground over there. He points while shouting over the yaks. Uneven and bumpy, hey, but easier than this. Stone markers? Yeah, the man says. Don't look natural. Don't look like much of anything else either. Just some stones marking a path through this place is all I can figure. You would ask Trigby, but he's nowhere around. Probably out gathering mushrooms. Well, it could be more trouble than it's worth. We'll push on. It does sound like it's more trouble than it's worth. Alright, we're not going to do it. The man looks surprised, but shrugs it off. The rain continues, and the caravan struggles to keep moving. Yeah... Well, when we start starving, the morale's really going to go down the toilet. Someone's son is missing, Ivor says, motioning to a crowd, shouting a boy's name. A man with bleary eyes looks at you and says, "He's my only son. He treats his white goat like his best friend. It must have wandered off, and he's out looking for it." The man looks across the rainy bog. "I've got to find my boy. Wait here. Ivor and I will find him." "I'll remember to send someone else to you with bad news from now on," Ivor says as the two of you slop through the mud. After a way, you see a boy in the distance. He's pulling on a rope leash around the goat's neck. The goat is up to his shoulders in mud. "Come on, boy, what's wrong?" You hear the child ask the goat. "You're sinking! Come on, you have to try!" You cannot move any faster to help, and soon only the goat's head is visible. The boy shouts again, "You're my friend, you stupid goat! You're going to die!" Tears roll down the boy's face as he sinks up to his neck in the mud. You are ahead of Ivor, but already waist deep and a few yards away. Ivor's up to his knees. "Ivor, can you reach them? Extend your bow to the boy." "Let go of the goat and move this way." "Ivor, can you reach him?" Just before the goat and boy vanish beneath the surface, Ivor leaps toward the two, creating a huge wave of mud that splashes you. When you clear your face enough to see, Ivor is there with the goat under arm and the boy clinging to the giant's neck. The child thanks Ivor many times on the way back to the caravan, calling him a luck Varl. Ivor spits mud and curses. Nice. Well, that could have gone far worse. The clansmen and Varl follow you through the worst rain and mud you've ever experienced in your entire existence. The unfortunate break and slogging through the muck comes when a woman shouts, "Get away from there! Who are you?" A couple of cragsmen, locals in rough-spun clothing that almost blends into the bog, jump back from a supply cart and brandish weapons. The roar of bears and other cragsmen come from around you. Well, folks, it looks like I'm going to break off the episode here. In the next episode, we will do battle with the Cragsmen, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. I'm not sure what they are, or what they're going to do, or what they're going to offer, or how they're going to fight. I don't know anything about it, but we're going to find out soon. Anyway, folks, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share it, and I will catch you guys in the very next episode. Until then, my name's Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.